Welcome to the August 2015 edition of Alexander County Now. In this episode, learn more about the Alexander County Library's Little Free Libraries project. Can you believe it's already time for school to start? Well, we'll speak with Dr. Jennifer Hefner, Superintendent of Alexander County Schools, and discuss the upcoming school year. The Economic Development Corporation's Business Spotlight features Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. Is your child up to date on his or her immunizations? And check out some very interesting books in the Library Corner. Plus find out what's happening in Alexander County in August. All this and more in this episode of Alexander County Now. Well, August is here, and it's hard to believe that summer vacation is coming to a close for our children here in Alexander County. But it's time to put on those thinking caps and get back to school. Let's learn more from Dr. Jennifer Hefner, who serves as Superintendent of Alexander County Schools.
I'm Jennifer Hefner, the Superintendent of Alexander County Schools, and it's hard to believe, but summer vacation is just about over. Staff members will report back to work on Monday, August 17th, and the first day for students will be Monday, August 24th. Our projected enrollment for the 2015-2016 school year is 5,100 students. I am so excited about the new school year. The thing that excites me the most is having children back in our school buildings. Those are big, quiet, lonely places during the summer months, and children just make them a great place to be. So that is what excites me the most. And then, of course, we have some pretty big initiatives underway. We will be implementing a one-to-one technology initiative at both of our middle schools. And what that means is that staff members will be involved in a lot of training and professional development to get ready for children, every child in grades 6, 7, and 8 to have a device that they'll have access to all day, every day, and it certainly opens a lot of doors for us as far as student learning. Other things that we have underway, we will be transitioning to a new day alternative learning program, and we're excited about that. We have never had that in this school system before. And then lastly, we are currently writing a grant for an innovative high school, and what that means is that we have the potential, if we are awarded this grant, to have an early college right here in Alexander County, and it will enable children to graduate from high school with an associate's degree, and I am certainly excited about those opportunities. Some important reminders as far as events that are upcoming that students and parents would need to know about. We do have open house events scheduled at the high school, elementary school, and middle school levels, and those events are scheduled at different times. So for our high school students and parents, you're reminded that the high school open house is scheduled for Tuesday, August 18th from 3 until 6. For our elementary students and their parents, your event is scheduled on Thursday, August 20th from 4:30 until 6:30, and then on the same day, middle school open house events are scheduled from 6 until 8. And I certainly encourage all students and parents to attend those events because they're fun. You get to meet staff members and meet the children's teachers, and they will also be able to provide school tools. If somebody is not able to have the school tools needed to start school, we will have a person designated at all of our schools that will help out with that night. As depressing as it is to talk about, we do face some challenges in the Alexander County school system. Two of our biggest challenges happen to be declining student enrollment, and the other challenge is the decreased state budget allotments that we are getting. And both of those things impact this school system because, as you know, it takes a lot of money to operate a school system, and we want to do that at an optimal level, and this decreased state funding certainly negatively impacts us. I have actually been in the school business a long time, and I can tell you that parental involvement in a child's education is so critically important. And sometimes we lead ourselves to believe that once they are out of elementary school, that we shouldn't be so involved anymore. But the truth is, we need to be involved in a child's education from the time they go to Head Start or a preschool classroom until after they graduate from high school. And I can tell you that in the time that I've been in Alexander County, students who are most successful are the students whose parents have continued to be involved. A way to stay involved, we have something called Parent Portal, and that is available through our Power School system. And parents are given login access where they can access their child's attendance, their grades, whatever they're really interested in knowing, they have access to that 24/7. And I would encourage all parents to stay on top of that, to make sure that their children are in school, to monitor their grades, and when they're concerned about something, call the child's classroom teacher. And if you don't get an answer or you're not getting the help and support that you want from the classroom teacher, then of course talk to the principal. But the only way that we resolve concerns is when we address them. And I encourage parents, if they have concerns, to make sure that they have voiced those. I just want to encourage all of our students, staff, parents, and community to just make the most of this next school year. I've talked a little bit about challenges, but guess what? We have so many opportunities ahead of us. I am excited, and I just want to wish everyone a successful 2015-2016 school year. Best wishes.
Thanks, Dr. Hefner. Sounds like an exciting year for the Alexander County school system. We hope for continued success in our schools, and we appreciate your leadership, as well as that of the many teachers and staff members who work so hard to educate our children and plan for our future.
Hi, I'm Emily Vick, registered nurse with the Alexander County Health Department. I want to inform you that new vaccine requirements and changes to existing requirements have been made in the state of North Carolina to more closely align with the current Advisory Committee of Immunization Practices recommendations. These requirements will become effective July 1st, 2015. New school entry requirements. Children must now have a booster dose of the polio vaccine on or after their 4th birthday. Children must have 2 doses of the varicella or chickenpox vaccine before entering school. And the pneumococcal conjugate vaccine will be required for school entry for children born after July 1st, 2015. Adolescent immunization changes are that the current Tdap requirement will move from 6th grade, and 1 dose will now be required before entering 7th grade or by 12 years of age, whichever comes first. 1 dose of the meningococcal conjugate vaccine will now be required to enter the 7th grade or by 12 years of age, whichever comes first. A booster dose will also be required to enter the 12th grade or at 17 years of age beginning August 1st, 2020. The Tdap and the meningococcal conjugate vaccines can be administered at the same time. The Alexander County Health Department administers these vaccines during open shot clinic hours on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday mornings from 8:30 to 12. No appointment is necessary. We accept Medicaid, North Carolina Health Choice, multiple private insurance providers, or self-payment by cash, check, or credit card. For more information, call us at 828-632-9704 or visit our website at alexanderhealth.org.
Thanks, Emily. Be sure your child is up to date on his or her immunizations, as Emily said. And if you have any questions, call the health department at 828-632-9704. Folks, if you're like me, you love to read. The Alexander County Library already provides excellent services to our community, but they're reaching out to other parts of the county now with the Little Free Libraries project. Let's learn more from Library Director Laura Crooks.
What is a Little Free Library? It's a take-a-book, return-a-book gathering place where neighbors share their favorite literature and stories. In its most basic form, a Little Free Library is a box full of books where anyone may stop by and pick up a book or two and bring back another book to share. Little Free Library is a non-profit, tax-exempt organization whose mission is to promote a sense of community, reading for children, literacy for adults, and libraries around the world. Little Free Libraries themselves are handcrafted structures that contain constantly changing collections of books donated and shared by people of all ages and backgrounds. Most Little Free Libraries are placed in front yards, parks, gardens, and easily accessible locations. Originally designed to look like a one-room school or a house of books, the libraries rapidly took on a wide variety of sizes, shapes, themes, and other attributes. Although many businesses and apartments have had a take-a-book, leave-a-book shelf for years, the idea of a network of structures with stewards, signage, and social support began in 2010. All of the information about the organization is available at their website, littlefreelibrary.org. Why are we building Little Free Libraries in Alexander County? It starts with our library mission statement. The mission of the Alexander County Library is to improve the quality of life in Alexander County by providing the best library services, collections, and programs possible in accordance with the library's role as an educational institution. Then we consider the Little Free Libraries mission to promote literacy and the love of reading by building free book exchanges worldwide, to build a sense of community as we share skills, creativity, and wisdom across generations, and to promote reading for children, literacy for adults, and libraries around the world. The shared ideals of our library system and those of Little Free Libraries organization made the addition of Little Free Libraries in our community the perfect solution for library outreach. When you give someone a book, you give them an opportunity. Little Free Libraries help to build a sense of community, discovery, and sharing among readers, and everyone takes part, and everyone benefits from the experience. But access to books is not the only benefit of building Little Free Libraries in our community. We are so fortunate to have an incredible arts community here in Alexander County. All over the country, people are using Little Free Libraries to showcase the arts, and I'm pleased that we are able to join in this effort right here at home. Having beautiful pieces of art in public spaces throughout Alexander County adds to the quality of our lives and helps to inspire more creativity among our neighbors. With work from Alexander Central's 2015 Art 3 class, Martha Bergen's Hiddenite Arts and Heritage Center art students, and local artist Heather Friday, the project brought artists of all ages together to create something lovely and lasting. And if literacy and the arts aren't enough, Little Free Libraries are likely to have a positive influence on community quality of life and social capital. Small local business owners report that Little Free Libraries help them attract and keep customers. Realtors have said that libraries, big and small, have influenced potential homebuyers to decide to settle in one neighborhood rather than another. The vast majority of public and school librarians fully support the concept and role of Little Free Libraries as outreach tools for library success. Children, youth, and adults of all ages and backgrounds can share in the give and take. Thanks to the generous efforts of the Alexander Library Board of Trustees, the Alexander Friends of the Library, volunteers from Taylorsville Rotary Club, Thrivent Financial, and the Alexander County Board of Commissioners, we have 3 Little Free Libraries in place out in the community. We have built partnerships with and libraries for Rocky Face Mountain Recreational Area, the Hiddenite Arts and Heritage Center, and the Vashti Volunteer Fire Department. These libraries were put in place in March and have already been used more than 700 times altogether. We see new books returned every time we visit. It is our hope that the continued success of these first 3 Little Free Libraries will lead to annual expansion of the project and more Little Free Libraries offering more library service throughout the county.
Thanks, Laura. What a neat idea to provide even more opportunities for our residents and our visitors to experience the joy of reading. Keep up the good work. Hey folks, we're here today at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. They're located at 2491 Lambert Fork Road. Now that's way up here in the country in Alexander County. I tell you what, this is God's country and we're happy to be here. Today we're speaking with Tyler Mull. His dad Richard owns the facility. Tyler pretty much runs it though. Richard,
yes, sir.
He just tells Richard what to do. But a real great group of guys up here at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park, and we're happy to be here, man. It's a beautiful day, and the people that come up to Brushy Mountain, they're ready to have a good time when they get here, I'm sure. So basically this is a park where you can bring your motocross bike, your four-wheeler or whatever. We're going to get into that, but one of the best places in the state to come ride. You get a lot of traffic from urban areas, you know, people from Alexander County, all across the state, probably even other states, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. Anyway, just want to give a brief introduction to what Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park is. Now, Tyler, I understand you and your dad started this park back in 2002. Tell us a little bit about how Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park got its start.
Well, initially how it started was we had 50 acres out in Burke County, and just there wasn't any places to ride. And my brother and I, we told everybody, you know, we ride up here in 50 acres, and that's about all we have to ride anywhere. So it kind of clicked with my dad that hey, you know, this is a pretty good idea. Let's see about finding a bigger piece of property and going from there. So he started searching around, and Alexander County called him up, and I believe 2001 for a piece of property we had here that we're on now, and we started from there and started building trails. We've been here since 2001, I believe, back in August or September is when we opened up in 2002. So
sweet, man. I mean, that's awesome. It's and how many acres and how many miles of trails do you have?
we have 1,736 acres. Right now we have about 85 miles of trails. Dirt bikes can ride all 85 miles of trails.
Okay.
Side-by-sides, they ride about 35 to 40 miles, and then four-wheelers can ride about 45 miles of trails.
Now, side-by-sides, someone who's not into this is like myself.
Okay.
I enjoy watching it, but I've never really ridden. What's a side-by-side?
A side-by-side is I'm going to call it a hopped-up golf cart.
Oh, okay.
It is a bigger than a four-wheeler, made for two people. You sit side-by-side. And then actually have the four-seaters now that are side-by-sides. It's two in the front, two in the back.
Okay, so dirt bikes, they can ride all the trails, and then you said side-by-sides how much, and four-wheelers how much? Dirt
bikes can ride all of them. Four-wheelers have about 35 to 40 miles. I'm sorry, side-by-sides have about 35 to 40 miles, and then four-wheelers have about 45 miles of trails.
So more than enough, more than adequate space to ride up here at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. It's awesome, man. So we talked about types of vehicles. What kind of pricing? I mean, it's very reasonable what I've seen on your website, which you've recently redone your website. It's bommspark.com. So you need to go visit that, folks. It's a great website. So good job there.
Thank you.
What is your pricing up here? It's real reasonable.
The pricing is, if you ride a dirt bike, it's $25. That's if you're older than 16 years of age. If you're on the side-by-side, it is $30, and the $30 covers your passenger up to one passenger. And if you're on a four-wheeler, it's also $25.
All right, can't beat that. And that's all day long, right?
All day long, and if you decide to do a two-day ride, back-to-back, we'll cut off $5, and then if you also do 3 days, we cut off another $5. So instead of paying $25, $25, and $25, it's $60 for the whole weekend.
Wow, so you can ride for 3 days for $60?
Yes, sir.
You can't beat that, man. That's awesome. Now, that kind of leads into the next question. Where do people come from to ride at Brushy Mountain? Is it just like right here in the Poplar Springs area, or maybe even Ellendale, or is it maybe Wilmington or Tennessee or something like that?
We have people coming here as far as Canada. We had some gentlemen here a couple weeks ago that came in. Most of our clientele, they come in from Winston-Salem, Greensboro. A lot of people coming from the beach. It's really our local riders. We see them about once a month. Most of our people that come in here come from 2 hours away.
Wow. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, the urban areas, they don't have a place to ride, like say in Charlotte or Winston-Salem, so they got to come up here to God's country, Alexander County. So,
yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Now, you've had some pretty famous people come up here to ride before. Tell us about that.
We've had Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who was a NASCAR guy. We've also had Dale Earnhardt Jr., we've had several national champions. Mike Lafferty was here actually last weekend with KTM. Charlie Mullins, who is your GNCC national champion. Who else? Let's see. Graham Jarvis.
Yeah.
Graham Jarvis is your big Red Bull champion. He was here a couple weeks ago doing a training class.
I heard you rode laps around him.
I was on the ground quite often, actually.
He rode laps around you then.
Yeah, that man is he's a heck of a rider.
Yeah.
He's a real good rider. We've also had David Knight, and David Knight and Graham Jarvis. They're from over the Europe area. So when they come in, they're usually in here doing either classes or they're doing the big GNCC, which is the Grand National Cross Country event.
Right. Well, and what do these famous or professional riders? What do they think about the park?
They actually really like the park. Charlie Mullins, who was our national champion right now for the GNCC, or who was before he hurt himself, he was here last weekend. He loves the park. We have a lot to offer, the dirt bike riders especially. Motocross track, we have a really nice motocross track that Todd Bennett built for us back in August. And then our single track, we have some of the best single track, I'd like to say, on probably the East Coast.
Well, that's pretty good accolades there, man.
Yeah.
We're proud to have you here in Alexander County.
Thank you.
Happy to have you. Now, tell us, I know you're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 to 5.
And that's weather dependent. So
Yeah.
if it's kind of iffy, if it's looking rainy, or if you've just had a downpour that week, probably call before you come, right?
Yes, sir. If we have a lot of rain that's coming in, or if it's actually raining that day, we probably will close down just for the fact that the trails do take a beating. So
Yeah.
we do a call before you haul, is what I like to say.
Call before you haul.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. Yeah, that's cool. So it's kind of difficult to explain, but basically if you take Highway 6490 west going toward Lenore, take a right onto All Healing Springs Road, and then is it it's Lambert Fork Road?
It's actually
right?
you take a right on All Healing Springs, and then you have to take another left to get back on All Healing Springs again because of the weird fork.
Right.
But you're about from Highway 90, you're roughly about 5.5 to 6 miles away.
Yeah.
So
does GPS get you here with this 2491 Lambert Fork Road?
It's funny you asked that. I actually GPSed it this morning out of Mooresville. It brought me here. Some other people's GPS will bring you here. Some of them will actually turn you on the wrong way, and it'll tell you to pull over into the field, park your car, and get out and walk. So check your GPS before you come in.
Yeah. So come all the way to the building and check in before you ride.
Yes, sir.
And Tyler, Richard, and Henry, and the folks up here, they'll treat you right. Good folks here at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. Anything else you'd like to share with the folks out there, Tyler?
I'd like to invite everybody out to come out and ride at Brushy Mountain one weekend, and I appreciate it.
Well, we're glad to be up here, man. This is beautiful. And if you got a dirt bike or four-wheeler or a side-by-side, which I just learned about, bring it up here to Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. I mean, 85 miles of trails. How can you beat that? And right here in Alexander County. All right, folks, we'll see you out here at 2491 Lambert Fork Road, Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. Buy local, Alexander County. To learn more about our Buy Local Alexander County campaign, visit the Alexander County EDC website, alexanderedc.org, or give me a call, 828-632-1378. Buy local, Alexander County.
Welcome to the Library Corner. I'm Laura Crooks, the Director of the Alexander County Library, and I'd like to share with you a peek at what you can access with your library card. Today we'll look at some new titles, one you might have missed, and a little something for the season. New in fiction, Robert B. Parker's Kickback by Ace Atkins. Rather than give away all the details, I'll share a couple reviews. From the Associated Press, in short, Kickback is classic Spencer, the Spencer of wry wit, tasty foods and drinks, hard workouts, and lethal confrontations. It's a reader's guide to Greater Boston and a nostalgic trip into the noir world of guys who privately investigate all manner of wrongdoing. Once again, Atkins has delivered a thriller that evokes the best of Parker's Spencer series. And Suspense Magazine says, you can always tell if you're reading a great Spencer novel because you start to read with a Boston accent. So it is with Robert B. Parker's Kickback, written in impeccable style by Ace Atkins. Atkins and Parker take us on an incredible trip down the road of greed and corruption, beginning in the blue-collar town of Blackburn, Massachusetts, extending into mob-infested Boston, and all the way down the wealthy Gulf Coast of Florida. Robert B. Parker is smiling down on this brilliant Spencer adventure. New in nonfiction, Blue Ridge Music Trails of North Carolina by Fred C. Fussell. The music and dance traditions of North Carolina's Blue Ridge Mountains are legendary. Residents continue a musical heritage that stretches back many generations. In this lively guidebook, noted folklorist Fred C. Fussell puts readers on the trail to discover the many sites in western North Carolina where this unique musical legacy thrives. Organized by region and county, Blue Ridge Music Trails of North Carolina welcomes readers into the rich worlds of bluegrass, old-time, gospel, and string band music, as well as clogging, flat-footing, and other forms of traditional dance. It also includes a CD with historic recordings of the region's most influential musicians, spanning 9 decades, driving directions, maps, and venue contact information. Don't forget to check out our ebook shelf for titles you may not have seen yet. From the library website, www.alexanderlibrary.org, take the link that says click here for ebooks and e-audiobooks. Call or visit the library for help getting your e-reader, tablet, or phone set up. New books include Stephen King's Finders Keepers, God Help the Child by Toni Morrison, The Rumor by Elin Hillenbrand, and Secret Brother by V.C. Andrews. One title you might have missed, The Stolen Child by Keith Donahue. If you're looking for something completely different, this is the book for you. This is the double story of Henry Day, kidnapped in 1949 at age 7 by a band of wild, childlike beings who live in an ancient, secret community in the forest. They leave one of their own to take his place. As the changeling Henry grows up, he is haunted by glimpses of his lost double and by vague memories of his own childhood a century earlier. Narrated in turns by Henry and the changeling, the stolen child follows them as their lives converge, driven by their obsessive search for who they were before they changed places in the world. Moving from a realistic setting in small-town America deep into the forest of humankind's most basic desires and fears, this remarkable novel is a haunting fable about identity and the illusory innocence of childhood. If you're looking for one more good outdoor adventure before the summer's over, check out Backpacking North Carolina by Joe Miller. Covering 43 of the best trips the state has to offer, Backpacking North Carolina provides all the information necessary for beginning and experienced backpackers alike to enjoy hiking destinations from the mountains to the coast. Each trip description offers key maps and navigation information, including water sources and camping spots, as well as trip highlights and special considerations. Miller offers tips for enriching the experience, such as filling dark nights with stargazing and other activities, and gives advice for backpacking with children. Offering his expertise in a way that emphasizes the accessibility of backpacking, Miller encourages a wide range of nature lovers to give a try, perhaps for the first time. Several best-of lists are included, featuring trips with exceptional nature study opportunities, water recreation, and easy excursions for beginners. Backpacking North Carolina takes the reader deep into a state full of natural wonder and adventure. I hope you'll visit us at the library to see how much more we have to offer.
Folks, are you looking for something fun to do in August in Alexander County? Well, check out these events. The public is invited to the 3rd annual National Night Out Against Crime event in Alexander County on Tuesday, August the 4th from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Taylorsville Lions Club Fairgrounds. The Alexander County Sheriff's Office, Taylorsville Police Department, and the Alexander County Crime Stoppers organization will be partnering again this year to host the event to bring the community and law enforcement agencies together for a fun-filled family event. The event will feature free hot dogs, popcorn, and bottled water while supplies last, a kids area, and live entertainment from Ashland Loudermilk and the Ian Triplet Band. For more information, call 828-632-1111 or visit alexandersheriff.org. Be sure to visit the Alexander County Farmers Market Saturday mornings from 8 to 12 at the old hospital parking lot. This month, the market is scheduled for August the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. You can get the freshest fruits and vegetables around, all while supporting our local farmers. You'll even find other tasty items such as local honey and baked goods. For more information, contact Cooperative Extension Director Lenny Rogers at 828-632-4451. Renowned gospel group the Chuck Wagon Gang will be performing at Sulphur Springs Baptist Church on August 15th at 7 p.m. Admission is $10. For more information, contact Ray Johnson at 828-632-7926. Don't miss the final installment in the Summer on the Square free concert series on Friday, August 21st at 7 p.m. on the Alexander County Courthouse lawn. Sponsored by the Midnight Arts and Heritage Center, Shakedown will be the featured performer that evening. Bring a lawn chair or a blanket and enjoy quality family time on the courthouse lawn. Concessions will be available, and for more information you can call 828-632-6966 or visit midnightarts.org. The Apple City Street Riders will hold one of their popular cruise-in events on August 22nd at 4 p.m. at Scotty's Hometown Grill. Come out and enjoy the classic cars, music, dancing, food, drawings, and more. For more information, contact Roy Bentley at 828-244-1842 or visit applecitystreetriders.com. As you can see, folks, there's a lot happening here in Alexander County in August, and there's more on our tourism website. That's visitalexandernc.com. There you'll find a complete calendar of events, information about places to visit in Alexander County, restaurant listings, and much more. Again, that's visitalexandernc.com. Thanks for watching this episode of Alexander County Now, and be sure to tune in next month and spread the word about our show. We'll see you next time.